Hi, I'm King 5 meteorologist Rich Merritt, and this is King 5 Plus forecast. And well, kind of a gray morning around western Washington. We had a stronger push of marine air overnight, and that's going to be a little bit harder to burn off today. So we're going to see those clouds stick around most spots all the way into the afternoon. And some may not entirely clear off this afternoon before they kind of move back in again overnight tonight. Though the good news is, overall, as we head into the weekend, there's going to be fewer clouds, more sunshine, and some warmer temperatures. Looking a little gray there, looking out towards Possession Sound from our Everett Tower cam this mid-morning, and see out there at SEA, busy on both departure and arrival decks right now, and just a gray day. And really everywhere we look from our cameras, pretty much just the low clouds out there. Seeing the same thing going on there out at Westport, where they've had, you can see the asphalt looks a little damp. They're seeing a little mist out that direction. You might see maybe a couple little drops of mist around Puget Sound itself, but it shouldn't really amount to anything, and probably not even enough for your interval wipers. So just to remind us that those clouds can still do that. Checking our first look at 7-day forecast, you can see once we get past today, things gradually start to improve. We're going to see temperatures warm up over the weekend. Right now it's looking like a pretty nice Father's Day, but we do slip back to cool off a little bit next week, and we might even have a couple of showers as we head towards mid to late next week. Take a look at the satellite image. You can see the low clouds really showing up here and pretty much covering everywhere. The exception is the Olympics still sticking up out of that, and you see some clearing right there along the Strait of Juan de Fuca. And we did see a few sunbreaks earlier today from our Port Angeles tower cam, so they're starting to see a little clearing there, but the rest of the area is going to take a little while to be able to see that clearing, and we should see a little bit of sunshine, but those high temperatures are only going to make it up into the low to mid 60s just about everywhere, which is pretty cool for this time of the year. Take a look at those temperatures, in fact, around western Washington. See up there in the northwest interior for Whatcom and Skagit counties, those temperatures running only in the low to mid 60s. It's very cool, in fact, for this time of the year. Not much different. You get into Snohomish County, we have some mid 60s there along the I-5 corridor, but basically low 60s out towards Whidbey Island. Around King County today, most places sitting in the mid 60s, and not too different if you get down into the South Sound. We've got generally mid 60s there, and between Seattle and down towards Portland, which normally is a little bit warmer, you can see it's really feeling that marine push because they're staying in the low to mid 60s as well. And out along the coast itself, only getting into the mid 50s for highs in quite a few spots. So kind of chilly for the month of June. And that continues on up through the central and north coast and over the interiors. That marine deck just really pushed into the Olympics and up all the river valleys, keeping things pretty cool in there. Take a look at the eastern Washington, though. A little bit different story there. They're going to see sunshine and temperatures warming up over there into the mid 70s to the low 80s. It will be kind of gusty winds down the east slopes of the Cascades, especially around Ellensburg. They could see afternoon wind gusts getting in the 25 to 30 mile per hour range. Take a look at the Mariners. They're playing tonight. The roof will be open even with the gray skies out there. They should have some sunshine, at least partly sunny for the game, which starts at 7:10 tonight. There's a 100% chance of hot dogs from heaven during the game. Also, they're giving away a Pride tumbler, though you have to get the tickets for that to be eligible online. And then on top of all that, they're having a fireworks show after the game with a sing-along mixed in. So it's a pretty busy Friday there at T-Mobile Park. And looking towards the weekend at T-Mobile, 2 more games against Cleveland, both on Saturday and Sunday. And for both of those, it's going to be a little bit warmer and a little bit sunnier, which will make it more fun probably to be out in the stands. And of course, a really big event. We have the FIFA Club World Cup that gets underway on Sunday night. Starts at 7 o'clock and should be a good day on Sunday for Father's Day. And then for the start of the game, we're going to be looking for the match, I should say. For the start of the game, we're going to be right around 70 degrees. And during the game itself, we're probably going to stay at least in the low to mid 60s by the end of the game, and probably stay light too, because sunset on Sunday night at 9:09 p.m. So we're getting close to that summer solstice. Is exactly a week from today. Checking the view there at Hurricane Ridge. If you remember yesterday when we were looking at this, it was nice and sunny, but you could see some of the marine deck clouds down in the valleys. The marine layer is deeper today, and so it's kind of mixed up, and it's actually up and above Hurricane Ridge, and you can see a little glance of blue there, but not a whole lot. And there is a slight chance you could have a couple of showers around in the afternoon in the Olympics and the Cascades, but not very many of them. But always a good idea to have your rain gear with you. You can see we've got a little bit of drizzle going on there at Paradise at Mount Rainier. That's at the 5,000 foot level. And checking out the passes, you can see cloudy there at Snoqualmie Pass, but they're sitting in the fog there at Stevens Pass. So be prepared for that. And I think you probably will have better hiking weather as you head into Saturday, and especially on Sunday if you're heading up towards the mountains. You can see that in our weekend Forecast today, we're going to be seeing the clouds around, that slight chance of an afternoon shower up in the Cascades. Temperatures only getting into the mid-50s of the highway pass levels. And then as we head towards Saturday, should still see a little bit of fog and low cloudiness in the morning, but more afternoon sun, and temperatures getting into the low 60s and getting into the mid to upper 60s in the afternoon there on Sunday, with plenty of sunshine up in the mountains. Checking the beaches, if you're headed out that direction, you're going to be looking, well, today obviously it's socked in there. They're going to be looking at those mid to upper 50s. For Saturday, though, things start to get better. We're going to be seeing some morning clouds, but that should burn off to sunshine in the afternoon. High temperatures getting up to near 60 degrees and a little bit more sun and a little bit warmer if you're headed out towards the coast for Sunday. And around Puget Sound, well, generally we're talking about a few morning clouds tomorrow, but they're going to burn off much more quickly than today. We should get up to around 70 degrees. And then for Father's Day, it probably will be the warmest day of the next 7. And we're going to see sunshine and temperatures pushing into the low to mid 70s. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of the warmest spots kind of approach the upper 70s on Father's Day. So good news for Dad. And east of the Cascades, if you want to warm him up, take him east of the Cascades. We're going to be looking for highs tomorrow, getting into the low to mid 80s, and then on Sunday for Father's Day, pushing maybe close to 90 degrees in some of the warmer spots up there. So been taking a step back towards just looking at today's temperatures, generally in the low to mid 60s just about everywhere. And then as we head towards tomorrow, we start to see that increased sunshine warming us up into the upper 60s and low 70s. And finally, getting to Father's Day itself, we're going to see those temperatures pushing into at least the mid 70s from Seattle southward, and then mostly mid to upper 60s to the north. As you head back to work on Monday, not too different from Sunday. It might cool a couple degrees, maybe a few more clouds around in the morning. Partly sunny on Tuesday and cooling. And then it looks like as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday for the Juneteenth, for the holiday on Thursday, partly sunny, just a slight chance of a shower both days, especially north of Seattle, and those high temperatures getting into the mid to upper 60s. And looking at that 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, you can see as we head towards the official arrival of summer on the 20th, of course, that will be one of our coolest days of the next week or so, but generally we're going to be staying in the 60s and low 70s, it looks like, all the way through those first few days of June.